another lip balm review. This one is one that I actually intended to do a year ago. Like last year around this time is when I originally intended on doing this one. As you may remember, last year's Valentine's Day REVO collection, I got 2 of the 4 reviews up. I got the pink frosted cupcake one up, and the marshmallow cream, I think was the white one. I got those 2 done. Had been about to do this one, the pink sugar one. Had been testing it out throughout the day, and that night had horrible stomach flu for the next 16 hours, so the thing was contaminated, I had to throw it out and buy a new one. However, it got, like, past, February by the time I was finally, like, fully over that and over the sinus infection I had after that, and was just so far after the fact that there were a bunch of new products coming out that they just kind of fell to the wayside. So I still need to do these 2, and I'm going to do them today and tomorrow. And I realized that with the current stomach bug that's going throughout the house, it's super dicey that I'm choosing now of all times to try again with this one when it's entirely possible I may reinfect it a second time. If I do, I'm not rebuying it a third time because it was expensive enough last year when to replace it. It was like $6 on eBay, which was already overpriced. Now, since they're out of, not out of print, but they don't make these anymore. I mean, they still make REVOs, but they don't make the round ones. They don't make last year's limited collection. They're like 20-odd something dollars a piece. So I'm like, yeah, if it happens again, cutting my losses. So, anyway. Yeah, doing this one today, this one tomorrow, and then I'll be ready to do this year's Valentine's Day collection, which should hopefully be soon when I get my hands on them. But yeah, so anyway, this one is Pink Sugar, which actually REVO used the idea from Lisa in Beauty, who's like the REVO queen on YouTube. I wonder if that makes me the REVO princess. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I will open this up. Like I said, I had gotten the old one open and had been using it, but unfortunately accidentally infected it. So I don't even remember what it smells like, because I meant to redo this one when I got the replacement, and then it just kind of never happened. So I'm reopening it now. It's just funny that this particular one was inspired by one of my favorite lip balm reviewers on YouTube, and in this year's collection, one of them is inspired by another one of my favorites, so it's just kind of cool that REVO actually listens to its fans. So yeah, this is in the old packaging. It's just the round EOS, or EOS. I'm still trying to get into the habit of not saying EOS and calling it EOS, like the company said is how you pronounce it, but anyway, yeah, it's just the round one. This one's still good until January of 2018, so it's still got plenty of time in it. But yeah, so format-wise, it's just a little dome, same shape that the REVOs are even now on the inside. But yeah, so packaging-wise, it's just hot pink. It's the same color as the bubblegum one and the strawberry one. So in my crate of lip balms, I always mix up which one's which, but this was the only one with the wrapper still on. I just had to dig through about a million things to find it today. So, not natural, not organic, it's just typical well at Walgreens or REVO. See the REVO on the bottom. Yeah, it's just synthetic. So, but it was limited edition to last year's Valentine's Day set, and now they go for quite a bit on eBay, if you can find any of them. If you can find a whole set, prepare to shell out big bucks for it. But they're so good that I kind of feel like it's worth it if you don't already have them and want to try them. But yeah, I can talk today, honest. I've even had my coffee. I have no excuses. But yeah, amount of product you get is standard 0.25 ounces, I think. Unless it's 2.3, does it say? Yeah, 2.5. So it's a quarter of an ounce, like all REVOs. Told you, still getting back into the swing of things ever since that hiatus I took earlier this month. I already told you the shelf life on it, and the price point. Sturdiness-wise, I still like the shape of these better than the new ones, not gonna lie. They just felt better in your hand. I kind of liked to use them as like a stress ball that doesn't squeeze, because you can only do it so hard before it's like a reminder to, oh yeah, loosen your freaking grip. But that's just me. No SPF in this. There's no medication. Although, interestingly, they have re-released the unscented moisture one that's got the SPF in it. And weirdly, it's like a blue wax in that one and kind of has a little bit of a hint of blue if you swatch it on your hand. It's kind of weird and it doesn't feel as moisturizing to me. Just as an aside, yeah, I picked one of those up the other night. But anyway, that's not about that one. We're talking about this one. Scent-wise, I remember thinking that I couldn't think of what to compare it to when I was smelling it last year, but I feel like there's some amount of strawberry in there. It's sort of like those pink cupcakes, like pink cake mix, sort of. But yeah, I mean, the name of pink sugar isn't entirely off base. It's just a very sweet smell. But to me, it smells more like pink cake than straight up pink sugar, but that's okay. I mean, I suppose it's sort of a hard scent to really pin down to one specific thing, so since it smells like pink cake, cake is sweet, it has sugar in it, therefore I'll say, yeah, they nailed it, alright. But yeah, the wax is a very pale pink, sort of like nail bed pink, but yeah, it goes on clear, all REVOs do, but flavor-wise, let's find out. God, I forgot how much I missed the old REVOs. I liked their old formulation better. I know, I'm in the minority. Okay. So, thickness-wise, it's not that thick. I feel like modern REVOs are thicker than this, but yeah. This is a thinner lip balm, in my opinion. But consistency-wise, it's really, really creamy and smooth and so nice. It's not really particularly greasy. I mean, I suppose it's got a slickness to it, but not completely greasy. It's a little greasy, but no stickiness to it or anything. It's a light enough scent to where you don't smell it on your mouth as you speak or anything, so for some people that's good, for other people they're bummed by it. Personal opinions, so there's that. Moisturization-wise, like I said, I liked the old REVO formulation better, and I felt like it did a better job. So yeah, they were very, very moisturizing. I mean, they're still moisturizing, but I felt like they did a better job before. But, I do feel like there's a little bit of waxiness to this one, though. And I didn't put it on real heavily. I mean, I just did a few light swipes back and forth, but sort of like where your lip has its little indents, it almost feels like just that much was enough to accumulate enough to where it almost feels like crayon waxiness in there. That's not a thing I remember so much from the older REVOs. So I don't know if it's specific to this one or if I've just forgotten. I don't know, but it's not terrible and it's not enough to be a deal breaker by any means. But yeah. Shine factor wise, it's got a little bit to it. Here. You can see? You can see it has some shine to it, but it's not like super glossy or anything. I mean, I wouldn't even call it semi-matte, because there's more shine than that, but it's not a ton of shine. It's enough to where I think a guy could get away with wearing it without looking totally out of place. I mean, yeah, you'd be able to tell he has something on, but without looking like he's totally using chick products doing it. I think it's acceptable for unisex use. But yeah, taste-wise, there's a sweet flavor there, but you can't really pinpoint what it is, which I think is kind of standard for the older REVOs. They kind of just had a generic sweet taste to them. They didn't really taste like anything specific. They just tasted sweet, whereas the scent part was where the flavors came from. But yeah, longevity-wise, the older REVOs I found last at least a couple of hours usually. I would not be surprised if this one's a 2-hour one, because I mean, I can generally, that shows how obsessed with lip balm I am, to where just putting it on, I can pretty much peg how long it's going to last, number of hours wise, upon putting it on just from how it feels on my lips. That's ridiculous, but I guess I'm not good at it. But, yeah. for the drink test, this one I am fairly confident would hold up to it, because for that waxiness I pointed out, I feel like it's just enough to where it'll hold to your lips even if it gets wet. So I think you could definitely you could certainly get at least one glass of something out of it, if not 2 or 3. So there's that. But yeah, overall, I mean, it smells good. I wouldn't call it my favorite one just because it's sort of, it's nothing to write home about in my opinion. And I mean, I'm not saying that in a mean way, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, I'm not saying it in a I dislike it way, because I don't dislike it. I do like it, it's pleasant enough, it's just, it wouldn't be at the top of my list in terms of what my favorite REVO scents are. Which could be why I took so long to get back around to it. But, yeah, I don't want to, like, give it a really bad review because of that, but I'm gonna go with my average 7. I know, I give so many things a 7, whereas true middle of the road would be a 5. I feel like 5 is bordering into dislike territory, and I don't dislike this. This is sort of average of, it's nice, but it's just sort of, it's okay. It's not bad. You might like it more than I do, so anyway. 7 out of 10. I would still say if you can somehow get it through a trade or through eBay, if you want to shell out that much for it, it's worth trying at least. It's kind of cool to have in your collection for the older ones, because they don't make these anymore, and they don't even make this shape anymore. So, yeah, there's that. So anyway, as usual, if you like this video, click the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Leave comments down below. Tell me if you've got this one, if you've got any of the original Valentine's Day collection from REVO. What do you think of them? What's your favorite one? And until next time, bye!